Thank you for joining us once again on this journey through the epic tales of the Iliad. This is the third episode in our 12-part series. Today, we delve into one of the most poignant moments in Greek mythology, the sacrifice of Iphigenia. This tragic event, born out of divine wrath and mortal duty, played a crucial role in setting the stage for the Trojan War. I'm thrilled to have you with us, and I hope you'll return for the next chapter in our saga as we follow the Greeks to the shores of Troy. Before the Greek army could set sail for Troy, a fateful decision was made, one that would leave an indelible mark on their souls. The Greeks, led by King Agamemnon, had gathered at Aulis, eager to embark on their campaign. Yet, the wind would not favor them, and their journey was stalled by a force greater than any army. But how did they arrive at this critical juncture? In our previous episode, we explored the judgment of Paris, where a seemingly innocent choice led to the unraveling of Troy's fate. Paris's decision to award the golden apple to Aphrodite set in motion a chain of events that would bring the Greek army to the shores of Aulis, ready to wage war for Helen. But the gods, as ever, had their own plans. Agamemnon, leader of the Greeks, had unknowingly offended Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. In her wrath, she stilted the winds, preventing the fleet from sailing. Desperate to appease the goddess and fulfill his role as the leader of this grand expedition, Agamemnon sought guidance from the seer Calchas. The prophecy was devastating. To gain Artemis's favor, Agamemnon must sacrifice his own daughter, Iphigenia. Torn between his duty to the Greek cause and his love for his daughter, Agamemnon faced an unimaginable choice. As a father, the very thought of harming Iphigenia was unbearable, yet as a king, he knew that the success of the entire expedition and the honor of Greece rested on his decision. This was not just a question of victory, but of legacy, and the weight of history bore down upon him. Iphigenia, summoned under the guise of a joyous occasion, a marriage to the hero Achilles, arrived at Aulis with hope in her heart. The excitement of a wedding to one of Greece's greatest warriors filled her with joy. But beneath the surface, an unbearable tragedy loomed. Agamemnon's torment grew as the moment of truth approached, his heart heavy with the weight of his decision. The soldiers, too, were silent, knowing the dreadful truth that lay ahead. When the truth was revealed, Iphigenia displayed a bravery that belied her youth. She accepted her fate, stepping forward to meet the gods' demands with a grace that would be remembered for generations. Her sacrifice was not just for her father or the army, but for all of Greece. As the altar was prepared and the final moments drew near, the air was thick with sorrow and resignation. Each step Iphigenia took toward the altar was a step toward immortality, her name forever etched in the annals of myth. This tragic event cast a pall over the Greek forces. The soldiers, once eager for glory, now carried a heavy burden, knowing the price that had been paid. The sacrifice of Iphigenia served as a stark reminder of the cruel demands of war and the gods' relentless control over mortal lives. No longer was this just a quest for honor, it had become a journey marked by blood and tears, with each soldier now questioning the true cost of their mission. With Iphigenia's sacrifice, the winds at last favored the Greeks, and they were free to sail towards Troy. But the cost of this journey had already been steep, and the challenges ahead would demand even more. In our next episode, we'll follow the fleet as they reach the shores of Troy and begin the long and bloody siege that would define this epic conflict. We'll explore the arrival of the Greeks, their first skirmishes, and the early strategies that set the stage for the Trojan War. The war is just beginning, and the sacrifices have only just begun.